For the mechanically challenged among us, 3 of the most terrifying words in the English language are "some assembly required." We all have memories of Christmas trying to put together our child's new bicycle, or tables or desks that didn't quite come together like the one pictured on the box. Of that nearly uncontrollable urge to take a sledgehammer to any number of appliances or sports equipment that we were led to believe that we could put together as any 6-year-old would with just a screwdriver. For some of us, an encounter with a model airplane kit early in life can leave us traumatized. As a matter of fact, many people are totally frustrated by those computer manuals, the ones that seem to go on and on and on, written in jargon that seems to have no relation to the English language. But yet there are times, perhaps too few times, when everything comes together. When part A actually fits into the slot marked B. When C snaps into place with D. When all 4 legs of the table assembled stand straight, level, and sturdy. When even the computer itself works the way that the manual that accompanied the software tells us it will work. Oh, they may be few attempts where things actually work the way they're challenged. But in the end, we understand, it makes sense, the pieces fit together, and it all comes together just the way it is supposed to. The Pentecost experience for that small gathering of Jesus' disciple in that upper room is that moment when it all comes together for them just the way that Jesus had told them it would. When his life, his death, and his resurrection finally made sense, when all of the pieces began to fit together, in that experience, in that upper room where Jesus gathers with the disciples and extends to them not once but twice in John's Gospel, "Peace be with you," when suddenly they find themselves aware that Jesus has breathed new life, the life of his Spirit, into that early community of believers, and the resurrection finally begins to take flight. My friends, that same power and presence of the Holy Spirit, that same gift of the Spirit that Jesus breathed into the church on that first Pentecost, the Spirit continues to breathe into the church today, giving us life, giving us direction, helping us focus on our mission and our ministry of preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ to all people in all places, proclaiming God's gift of peace, forgiveness, reconciliation, of allowing you and me, by the way in which we live, to be instruments of God's transforming, God's saving love. On this Pentecost Sunday, we give thanks to God for that breath, that indwelling of the power and presence of the Holy Spirit in the church. And we ask God, help us with the gifts, the fruits, the charisms that God has given to us. Help us to use them appropriately, so that because of the way in which you and I, as people of faith, experiencing the breath of the Spirit in our lives, become the instruments of God's love, the way in which the people who encounter us receive a glimpse of the transformation that the power and presence of the Holy Spirit can make in their lives, because through us they recognize the way in which the gifts, the fruits, the power, the breath of the Holy Spirit touches and transforms our lives, allowing us to be the power and presence of God to them and to the world that encounters us.